Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have another viewer request talking about our opinions on the live action Batman actors. As Edward and I have talked about in previous videos, they've gotten a lot of shit for being cast just because of how important Batman is to many people. And we're just going to talk about the 10 Batman actors that have just been playing him throughout the years for everyone from Adam West all the way to Robert Pattinson. I respect what Adam West did for the Batman role. I know it is a bit campier and a bit goofy in comparison to the comics and other Batman actors, but frankly, he did a lot for the role, and especially like with the movie and his TV show. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I gotta say I appreciate what he did. Just I think he's the one who really started to bring Batman to the screen and started to make superheroes in general more popular. Along with that, and Reeves.
I don't have anything personal against Adam West. May he rest in peace. I think he was a solid dude. He was one of the nicest people. He would take pictures with everyone, or at least I've heard that. I hated his interpretation of Batman. I can't stand a campy ass Batman. It drives me nuts. To me, I grew up with the comics. My dad would read them to me late at night. So I need Batman to be dark and gritty. I can't do campy shark repellent Batman. It drives me fucking insane. I can't do it. And that's, with all respect, that's all Adam West was just, the suit was just I get it. It was the 60s, but the suit was awful. I get it was aimed for a different era. I That's all I can say. I
Yeah,
mean, I get it. I don't want to be disrespectful of Adam West, not just because he's passed, but just because I know that he's got his fan base. It's kind of like Ninja Turtles. Every generation has their own iteration. But I can't do it, man. Just you know, I did like the car though. I will say this because I did watch the show and I did like the car. It's just he was deputized. He would have like a hangar for his Batcopter. I hated the fact that when he would punch a villain, it would be like a pow. Yeah, no, just Adam West's Batman, just bottom of the list for me.
yeah. I definitely get what you're saying there, but I think like it was just like TMNT was between the comics and the show. I think this one was just aimed for a much younger audience, and that's kind of funny, just with all the stories on set, and that's definitely not are not stories for kids. But yeah, I do understand what you're saying with that.
Next one on the list for me is George Clooney. Now, again, as with Anna, I almost feel like I have to put out a disclaimer. I'm not attacking Clooney's acting abilities. I think he's a solid actor, probably one of the solidest actors out there, but he sucked as Batman. That was horrible. That was as bad as West. I don't know if they were trying to do a big ass homage to, the Adam West show. It was extremely campy. His voice as Batman is the exact same voice he does as Bruce Wayne, which, if anyone here is a fan of Batman, that makes no fucking sense. The suit is horrible. There's nips on the suit.
But is that more something against Clooney, or do you think that's just more to do with the writing and costumes department?
I think that entire movie's crap, but we'll have a separate video just on that movie. But, you know, when he's Bruce Wayne in that movie, there are moments where you're like, okay, I could see that. Like when he's having his hearts to hearts with Alfred, when he's reminiscing about when he's a child, how he feels towards Alfred. There's almost you're like, oh, this could almost be a good movie with those kind of moments. But when he's Batman and when he's being suave playboy Bruce Wayne, you're like, nope, this is just bad. Now, again, that's probably more writing than George Clooney, but I just can't,
It's really hard to
he
separate the two.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's even apologized. I think every interview he gets, he apologizes and cracks about it because he knows it's freaking bad. Could he play a good Batman? Absolutely. He's a solid actor. I guess maybe someday we'll see.
Yeah, it is really hard to separate the actor from the writing because sometimes you're able to do it, but it's just there's so much bad in that movie. It's really hard to separate it. But I agree with what you said about his Bruce Wayne. His Batman was definitely the worst out of all of them. I mean, there's a long list of things that's wrong with that movie, but I think just like the big one is that really did it for me is Batman and Robin. They don't play security for a gala. That's if they know something's going to happen, they'll hide, they'll prep, but they're not going to be on stage just standing there waiting. I think that was a bit it was a bit odd. His Bruce Wayne was okay. I liked his family moments, but then again, some of the dialogue is just insane. I don't know how some actors just read a script and say, "Yeah, this is the role I want to play. I need to be in this movie." When it's something like Batman and Robin, it's bad.
Yeah.
But it's hard to judge because I mean, in the Flash after credit scene, he definitely seemed to have a little bit more of that Bruce Wayne charm, or at least have that more of that air about him, more of that playboy air. I mean, like he came in that limousine, he had the nice suit. He seemed to fit the part more there, and I think given better writers, and especially it's been like 20 something years now, I think he could definitely do better. I don't think I ever want to see him
Well,
do
he also
better.
has Batman and Robin to look at. And, he could sit there and watch the movie
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh shit, I know exactly what not to fucking do anymore."
Yeah, I think given a chance, he could definitely do a lot better. Like you said, he's a very solid actor. It's just he was really screwed over with that script.
Yeah. Next one on my list is Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer, he was recast as Batman in continuation with the Burton verse, and I didn't hate his Batman. That movie's fucking horrible. I didn't hate his Batman, to be honest. I didn't hate his Bruce Wayne either. I thought he played the very, suave, more CEO business hardened dude, Bruce Wayne. I don't have much bad to say about his acting abilities. I think Val Kilmer's yet again another solid actor. I think he brought freshness to the role. That movie sucked. There's neon everywhere, but he's a little bit higher up than Clooney.
I think there are a couple of things I didn't like about him. I do get he's more of a business hardened Bruce Wayne. He probably I think he was trying to emulate Keaton a bit, but just the way that he walked into his own business didn't seem like you can be knowledgeable about your business, but still have like that playboy air about you that I know that like Bale's done, Kid from Gotham's done it. I just wish that part was better. And I don't know if this is just on him for his Batman, but when he runs out of a room, he kind of like grabs inside of his cape and like spreads it out and runs. And I just thought that looked really funny. But I think that could also just be part of the costume because they have that like the kind of like tent poles going along the outside of his cape to kind of give it that figure. And it just maybe he needed to do it just so he's actually able to run. But it just looked really funny as he ran. I think this one is a little bit easier to separate the acting from the writing, just because I do think Val Kilmer's a good actor. I don't think he's a great Batman actor. I think there are some pieces he missed. I think if he had the chance, he could, as most actors, they could learn and get better from it. But I do think Kilmer wasn't the right choice. I don't know why he was the actor they went with, especially for the 90s. I think they could have done a bit better.
The next one on my list is the kid from Gotham. I totally bought this kid as Bruce Wayne, and
He was great.
I'm very disappointed in the final season. I know it was cut short. I know that they wanted to go for one more season or at least being given a full season. I think that hindered them. But I think that kid, I totally bought him as Bruce Wayne. I love the dynamic he had with Selena Kyle, with Alfred. Some of the things were way over the top, but I think he strictly Bruce Wayne speaking. I think he played it. I think that's exactly what Bruce Wayne is like at that age, and that's the kind of shit that he would be thinking at that age.
You know, David did a fantastic job, but I'm a big fan of that show. I really liked the more gothic origins for the characters and the just the style of the costumes. But I thought he did a fantastic job. The last season I do wish they got more time with, but I honestly don't have anything bad to say. All I remember about that show is really enjoying it. I don't think I remember any bad thing about it. I think that the entire cast did a great job. But no, David did a great job. Like you saw him grow through the show. He started as that young kid who just lost his parents, and then learning how to run a business, how to use the playboy charm to his advantage, and then eventually getting to the point where, you know what, this isn't working. I need to start becoming Batman. And I think the writers and David did a great job with that.
Yeah, I agree. The next one for me would be Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was the first time live action that we were introduced to a dark, gritty, serious Batman. As any actor that has come since, he got all kinds of shit, when he was cast. Nobody wanted him except for Burton. But everyone now can say, "Oh, he's my favorite Batman." But when he was announced, and this was before, like social media and all that, he got so much shit. The crap he was put through, and he stuck it out. To me, he's one of my favorite Batmans. I know he doesn't have this height or the build, but he sold me on Batman, and I love his Bruce Wayne. That's the
He was a
Bruce Wayne
great Bruce Wayne.
I lean more towards, like the oddball. He doesn't know how to really,
The more socially awkward.
yeah, no one will ever forget that dining table scene. He's on the complete opposite side of his dinner date, and that's just Bruce Wayne. That's how he would behave. He's been living in that mansion alone with Alfred. Alfred's the only family he's had for years, and there's a scene in there where he'll even say, I couldn't find my socks without him," and it's absolutely right. Without Alfred, because here Alfred's, yes, a butler, but not so much the spy or like the guy that you know just tends to his wounds, but he's more of a father figure. You get more of that family dynamic between the two of them, and you see Alfred worry for Bruce, and Bruce is he's always in darkness. Like they never turn on the lights in that fucking house. But I love those scenes. Even when he's working in the Batcave, it's a real cave. It's not like full of concrete and there's lights all over the goddamn place. And when he's there, he's sitting there doing what Batman does in the comics. He's brooding. He's sitting there thinking about his parents. He's constantly thinking about the night his parents died. I fucking dig that all the way. He's always Most of the time he's always wearing black. When he goes to visit the place where his parents were murdered, I love that scene. When he's in Batman, I love the suit, man. It's just that movie's just dark, dark as hell. Second one wasn't that great, but you can go check out a review on that one. But yeah, no, I think he's a solid Batman, and he's a solid Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, no, I think he was a very good Bruce Wayne. I don't know if I don't think he's as good of a Batman, and I think part of it is just I always laugh when he turns his head just because of how dramatic it is with his cowl because he can't move his neck. So I that always makes me laugh. But no, I think he's a very good Bruce Wayne, and he definitely did a lot for Batman and really changed the tone that people have been used to with Adam West. And I think that's what really drew a lot of people in, especially since it was a lot more similar to the comics, or at least modern comics now. I don't really think I have much to say. His movies to me were just okay. The first one was good. The second one wasn't. I think that he did a lot for it, especially with the "I am Batman" line, and that is quoted in almost in one way or another in every movie. It's even like quoted in Mulan. He did a great job with it, but I just don't think he's just one of my favorites.
Next one has to be, and we're doing a lot of live action here, but couldn't not name this dude Kevin Conroy as Batman. I,
He's the
however you
best.
want to swing it, Bruce Wayne or Batman, he was phenomenal. I religiously watched this animated series when I was a kid. My brother and I used to watch the shit out of this show. We wouldn't miss an episode. I've seen every single episode, haven't liked every single episode, but this is the best animated series in my opinion. And he's just phenomenal, man. I mean, I haven't come across a person that's like, fuck Kevin Conroy. He sucked at Batman. He recently passed away last year, unfortunately, and I just think he's definitely one of the best Batmans. I know he did a little bit of live action and it wasn't that great. Maybe it came a little too late, but
It was a little too late.
as in my head when I hear Batman, and I'm not just saying that, I hear Kevin Conroy's voice. He is the voice of Batman. I'm telling you, it was 1993 that this premiered on Fox Kids. We used to watch the shit out of it, and then later on, when I was a young adult and it was available on DVD, I bought all 4 seasons or volumes. I do have it on Blu-ray. It's something I watch every November. Starting November 1st, I will pop this shit on. And he goes on to play the voice of Batman in the Arkham games. He does it in Batman Beyond. He's just, there's I can't say anything bad.
He was Batman for over 20 years. He did an amazing job. I don't think you can talk to anyone who grew up in the 90s or early 2000s and not know who Kevin Conroy is. He did an amazing job with the countless shows, countless animated films and video game appearances. He was amazing. What he was able to do with his voice and like have that deep tone to play Batman and then the little bit lighter and just change his voice a little bit just to play Bruce Wayne. I think he did an amazing job. He is definitively my Batman, and I don't think anyone's ever going to beat the impact he had. No one's gonna even come close to the number of projects he's voiced as Batman. I can't even count. It's well over 30 easily.
And there are a lot of amazing Batman voices out there, like Jason O'Mara, Jason Ackles. Who's the dude that plays him on the Batman Lego movie?
Will Arnett.
This is not like saying they're crap. They're all good in their
They
in
do
their own
great.
way. It's just that this dude just solidifies Batman. Like as Griff just said, I mean, the way he's able to change his voice from Batman to Bruce Wayne, and he got that. He understood that. He understood that you couldn't sound the same. It just makes no damn sense for Bruce Wayne and Batman sound the same. So may he rest in peace. Solid Batman. Definitely my top five.
He's done 15 films, 15 animated series, and over 2 dozen video games. That's impressive for any voice actor.
Next one would probably maybe be a little higher. I just, he's only done one movie. I was so against this casting because I was an idiot. Robert Pattinson, in my opinion, did a phenomenal job as Batman. I didn't like his Bruce Wayne. I've said that numerous times. You guys are probably sick and tired of me saying that. But again, this is Batman year two. He's growing into both personas. So maybe he'll be a little lower, maybe he'll be a little higher in a couple of years in another list if we do one. But right now, I think I'm landing him in a perfect, you know, area. He's not higher than Kevin Conroy. We're not doing like a very specific list. As Griff said, we just did Kevin Conroy. That's his number one Batman. Robert Pattinson was able to do something really, really great with this movie. I absolutely love the Batman. It's one of the better Batman movies. It really does deliver on what the director has said, and directors have said many things about their Batman movies, and few have delivered. Matt Reeves delivered. Robert Pattinson delivered. He was as Batman with the cape and cowl on. He's what I want Batman to be: gritty, dark, broody, and action packed. And when he went at it, he really beat the shit out of folks. And I I
Yeah,
I can't wait to see what happens next. I hope that Matt Reeves sticks to what he has stuck to, is go in board meetings and say, you guys do your shit, let me do my thing. Let me come over here and let me call the shots. No one intervene. because when he did that last time, we got a phenomenal Batman movie. So Robert Pattinson's up there for me. His Bruce Wayne, again, it's evolving, so can't really talk about his Bruce Wayne. We got to see that in the next one.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful for Robert Pattinson. I think he did an amazing Batman. Like Edward said, this is year two, a lot more gritty, self-made, violent, not as doesn't have the finesse and precision that the other Batman do just because of experience. And I think that is one of the great things about Robert Pattinson's roles. He's able to do that and yet still should will be able to grow into that. And like especially that with his Bruce Wayne persona, we could start to see what he could do with it, but he still hasn't yet realized that he needs to separate Bruce Wayne and Batman. He's still kind of mixing the two. I do like how he's using the charcoal or whatever he's using for
I love
the
that.
eyes on the suit. I think that's a lot better, and so you don't have the the tan lines. But I think he's going to be one of the best Batmans that we've had just because of Matt Reeves directing and writing. And I think Robert Pattinson can be a great actor, especially when he's into the role. And I think he can definitely pull this off. I hope I'm not hyping him up too much in my head. I'm going to be let down in the Batman too, but I really think he's going to nail it.
Yeah, I think so too. The next one would be for me in no particular order, just another one of the great ones, Christian Bale. Christian Bale, again, when he was announced, no one wanted him. I don't care what you guys are going around saying right now. No one wanted Christian Bale when he was announced. People were like the American Psycho guy. He wasn't as well known as he is today, but he did a solid job in the trilogy. He played a great Bruce Wayne. He could have done a little better, but he played a solid Bruce Wayne. He played a phenomenal Batman. There is one thing I hated about Christian Bale. I think it's the one thing everyone can agree on. What the fuck was he doing with his voice?
Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought that he did a good job, and I think no, this is not the first no, he's not the first Batman movie I saw, but it was one of them. It was one of the first Batman movies I saw because these movies were coming out in theaters when I was growing up. I enjoyed his movies. I thought he did a good job. I think his Bruce Wayne could have been a little better. It's kind of more of just nitpicking at that point for me. I think he really did a good job. His Batman, the cowl wasn't the best, but that's not really on him. But he Christian Bale's a phenomenal actor and he did a great job as Batman. I think even if you hate his movies or dislike some of the choices that Nolan made to the characters, I think most people can agree that Bale did an amazing job.
Oh, he's a solid actor, man. He had lost a ton of weight for a movie previously done to the
Yeah, that
Batman,
he did.
and the
He
studio was
lost a
really
lot.
worried. They were, Nolan really wanted, well, he wanted Josh Hartnett, and Josh Hartnett turned him down, and that's a whole separate video. But his second choice upon, auditioning was Bale, but he had lost a ton of weight. He gained a ton of weight very fast and almost bulked up way too much for the role. And you could see it, like his build from Batman Begins to The Dark Knight is very drastically different. But that's just how committed of an actor that dude is. And, you know, he would suffer from migraines. Well, he suffers from migraines, unfortunately. He's said this on numerous interviews. And for anyone out there who suffers from migraines like myself, we all know that that sucks. And he powered through it, man. He would put on the cowl. Pressure in our heads makes migraines worse. The cowl was a bit snug on him, and he would just power through it. He would be like, man, you know what? I used it. I turned that like pain and angst into what Batman uses, which is his angst and his anger. So a lot of the times where you see him like when he's crouching and he's got that like dog face, and he when he's fighting, that's the dude's got a migraine. He's using that to his advantage. So he's just one of those actors that like, man, he really dives into the role. He's not
I didn't
he's
know
not
that. That's pretty
he
cool.
wasn't made he's not like one of these actors that's like, you got to call me Bruce Wayne like the whole time I'm here. But he really dives into the role, man. I dug it. I
Okay,
thought he was
that's pretty
solid.
cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, no, he did a great job. I do really like the ending to his trilogy, and I think that he really set the way for the DCEU.
Yeah. It goes that way sometimes, you know. Unfortunately, for this is my number one Batman, Ben Affleck. I feel bad for Ben. I love him as Batman though. I really do. I think he looks exactly like Bruce Wayne from Batman the Animated Series. I could post a couple of Batman images from the comics where it literally is Bruce Wayne brought to life. He's got the build, he's got the height, he's got that jawline. And as Batman, he brings the most comic book accurate costume suit I've ever seen in any movie. Later on, they changed it a bit in the DCU, but that first BVS suit that he wears, shit, that is. I yet have to, and I doubt I'll ever see a better Batman suit than that one. It's gray, it's black, it's got the belt. He just Christian Bale, great Batman. The others we mentioned, great Batmans. But this is the only time I've ever seen a Batman that I'm like, if that dude came out at me at night, that's the guy I would not want to fight. He's
Yeah,
a big dude. Ben Affleck's a big dude. He's tall and he's built as fuck. Anyone is like, I could take on Ben Affleck. Yeah, I you better know some shit. That is a big dude, and when he's in that suit, man, and he's walking in the darkness and he's creeping up, it's very solid. His acting in that movie, he's mad as hell. He's very worried about Superman. I think if given the chance, I'm certain we would have gotten a phenomenal standalone Batman. What he did in BVS, although it's not a great movie, was solid. What he did in Zack Snyder's Justice League, still my favorite comic book movie to date. I still think it's the best movie that came out of 2021. This is my favorite Batman.
no, he did an amazing job, and I don't think enough people appreciated him while we had him. It's kind of one of those things where you don't know what you had till it's gone. Because I talked to a lot of people when he was Batman, they didn't really like him, but talk to them now, they all love him just because of what he did. I mean, even when he appeared in the Flash, except for the Wonder Woman scene, like he did a great job with that. Like his Bruce Wayne is probably one of the best that we have. He like you said, he looked the part. He had the build. He was really great as Batman. I don't really have much to add. What you said is just perfect.
Yeah, it's literally Batman the animated series brought to life. I mean, that's all I can keep thinking about. And you know, his scenes with Alfred, his scenes, say what you want about iterations, but his scenes with Diana, his scenes with like the rest of the league, the scenes with Barry, even though that movie sucked, they're great, man. Solid Batman.
Absolutely. And to round it out, probably the worst one on the list is Ian Glenn. Just bad. That's about it. It's just real bad. Given I've only seen season 2 of Titans, didn't really wow me there.
No, it was pretty bad. Not the worst one on my list, but yeah, pretty bad.
Thank you guys for watching. Let us know who your favorite Batman is and who your least favorite Batman is. We'll see you guys next time.
Take care, guys.